Yeah, man!
Hello, my name is Miguel, and today I'm gonna make for you mala chicken, M-A-L chicken. Alright, so we're gonna need some chicken, say about half pound to a pound there about. Alright, we're gonna need about 8 dried chili pepper, a cucumber, a good size cucumber, a good size carrot, 2 between 4 onions, green onions, some sugar, granulated sugar, some cooking wine. I'm using sherry, cornstarch. I'm using cornstarch. Visit JamaicaDinners.com for the ingredients. And soy sauce. Scallion. I'm using a stock of scallion as well. I'm using Scotch bonnet pepper to spice, for spiciness. Alright, so now I'm going to prepare the vegetables first. So now with the scallion, just cut the root end off and remove the dying leaves. And cut the tips of the leaves. Alright, we're going to rinse, we got to wash this properly because this one is dirty. Alright, the ginger now. I didn't remember saying ginger, but we're going to use ginger. Just kind of remove the skin. Carrot. Just kind of use a knife and kind of scrape the outer layer of the carrot. And do the same, just kind of gently scrape the surface of the cucumber. Just look on it, make sure that you don't see any dirt. We're not going to peel it, you're going to use it with the skin. Alright, the onions. I find that if you cut the onions in half, it's easier to cut and deal with. So cut the onion in half and remove the skin, the outer leaf of the onion. Just be sure that you leave the first layer on, because the first layer of the onion is the strongest. That's what they say. Alright, so now we're going to rinse our prepared vegetables. Alright, now my chili pepper. Chili pepper gives the meal a mild spice, a mild spiciness, and it also decor the mala chicken. The little red things that you see on the mala chicken, this is what it is, chili. Alright, so I'm using you can use about 6 between 8. To me, chili is not as spicy, but maybe some people might think it's hot compared to Scotch bonnet pepper. Chili is like 10% hot or 10% heat or less. Alright, so now take the chili and just cut the little chili I say little chili because it's gonna be difficult to handle because it's small. Or you can use a food scissors and just shred. The idea is to shred the chili to pieces. Alright, so I'm just using the scissors now to cut it in strips. I'm going to cut it in strips and then turn it one way and then cut them fine. Alright, I'm using the seeds, but if you, for less heat, you can remove the seeds. Because that's where most of the heat is. Alright, so this is what you want. I'm sure they have chili pepper already shredded, but I'm showing it to you so you know how the shredded one, where the shredded one came from. Alright, so now the vegetable, just rinse them properly under fresh water. You can add a little, add a little bit of, it's like a couple drops of white vinegar to aid removing the dirt, or you can use a little bit of salt. So with the scallion now, it's dirty. So I'm just using my fingers to make sure that all the dirt comes off. Alright, so that's the idea. Make sure your vegetables are rinsed properly. So now I'm going to rinse them again with fresh water. Alright, now the chicken. Alright, to me it's best if you just buy the chicken and debone it yourself. Deboning chicken is not hard, it's very easy. With the chicken wings now, do not debone the chicken wings. All you need to do is just cut the chicken wings in half and remove the wing tip. Alright. Alright, it's the chicken now. I'm just removing the excess fat of this piece of chicken's thigh. So now I use a knife. My knife is not that sharp, so use a knife, get between the chicken's flesh and bone and just cut in between and remove the flesh. If you put it on a surface, use your right hand to hold the bone and then use your left hand to cut in between the flesh and remove the chicken meat like that. Alright, that's a chicken wing. Now a piece of breast. I just remove the skin, get between the chicken meat and the bone, and just use a knife and just cut removing the chicken meat from the bone. If you want to see how I make chicken stock, it's visit JamaicaDinners.com and just search chicken stock or chicken broth. Alright, so the leg now, it's easy if you just make a cut around the drumstick end and then use a knife like before and get between the chicken's meat and bone and remove the chicken's meat. Alright, it's that simple. Alright, so that's how you debone chicken in a nutshell. Alright, put some white vinegar on. We're going to rinse it with water. Alright, so now I'm back. Alright, so now after you rinse the fish, the chicken, the boneless chicken properly with a little white vinegar and water, we're going to cut our chicken into half-inch cubes or half-inch pieces. You just take a chicken breast like this, cut it in strips first. Do as you see me doing, and then once you cut the strips, you just turn it the other side and then cut cubes. You want the cubes to be this size, about one index of your finger. The first bend of your finger, half-inch. Alright, so that's what you want. I decided to take out the chopping board today because then I'm going fancy. I'm making cuisine. Alright, so this is a thigh piece. Dark meat. That's a piece of fat. And then you can leave a little bit of fat on, the fat gives it a little flavor. So I'm just going to leave this little piece of fat on. It's okay. See me trying to act like I want to cut it off, but I'm just going to leave it. That's the only piece I have on, a little piece of fat. Alright, so that's it. That's what you want. Alright, so I'm going to clean this mess up. Some bleach water. Some bleach and water. Alright, so now we're going to marinate our chicken cubes. Alright, so add 1 tablespoon of soy sauce. A tablespoon of cooking wine or sherry. In today's case I'm using sherry. It has 17% alcohol in it, or 12 or 14%. The ginger, about 1 ginger the size of a finger. You should get about a tablespoon after it's grind. Not a tablespoon, sorry. Half a teaspoon of ginger. Or about 1 teaspoon. Visit JamaicaDinners.com for the recipe. Alright, the scallion we prepared. Scallion. Now dice it fine. Dice the scallion fine. Some people call scallion green onion. but I don't think they showed it. It's just scallion. Green onion is green onion because you have purple onion and probably others. Alright, so add the diced onions. Alright, I read. I hope I'm giving you the right information because I'm just going off memory right now. Alright, 3 teaspoons of cornstarch. Alright, I read that this cornstarch with the chicken, and while it's frying, it aid in not making the chicken absorb the oil, which it works. So the chicken will cook, but it won't be oily. Next, add salt. About a teaspoon of sea salt, preferably. I'm using sea salt. Alright, so now, so you add all the ingredients. Just kind of stir in the ingredients with the chicken pieces. So to repeat myself, the cornstarch don't make the chicken oily. So you can, with the cornstarch, you can fry the chicken in a lot of oil. But once you remove the chicken, it's not gonna be greasy. Alright, so put this aside for later. Just allow it to marinate for at least 10 minutes. Oh, I'm just gonna use this pepper that I'm using is Scotch bonnet pepper. I'm just gonna use half and just put it in the chicken pieces just to flavor it, just to give it a little bit of spicy flavor. The recipe calls for black pepper, but I don't really use black pepper. So for you, if you want to use the black pepper, what you would do is use the black pepper while it's cooking. Alright, this is peppercorn, which is black pepper. This is black peppercorn. You have white peppercorn and you have green peppercorn. Peppercorn is black pepper. Alright, so you measure a tablespoon of peppercorn and rinse them properly. Because if they sit around, mildew will kind of grow on it. So by rinsing it, you get off the mildew. Alright, so you just put it somewhere and just allow it to drain. Alright, so we're about to start cooking, so I'm gonna finish preparing the vegetables. It's best to cut the vegetables near cooking. Why? Because once you cut the vegetable, you know, the fumes from it start escaping, start leaving the onions. Now once you cut it, it's like the flavor start. It's like it trigger the flavor mechanism. Alright, so you take your onion and it's already cut in half and then cut it in quarters. If it's small, you just cut them in half. and then separate the leaves. Alright, the carrot now, all you need to do is just cut about a couple inches thickness. Just do as you see me do. As you see me doing, I always like to talk about my index finger. So you want them about the size of your first bend of your finger. A couple of inches thickness. Alright, the cucumbers now. You just cut the cucumber in half and then cut that half in half. So in other words, cut the cucumbers in quarters. Cut the cucumber in quarters. And then cut the length in half-inch cubes. Alright, so that's the idea. Just keep the vegetables separate for now. Alright, so that's what you want. Chicken cubes, shredded, chili pepper, carrot, onions, and cucumbers, and peppercorn. Alright, now put to heat a wok, WOK pan. If you don't, you just use a big saucepan like you see me using. Put the stove's gauge on 6 medium high. So allow the pot to get hot. Once it's dry, or if it's dry, you just add oil. Alright, the scotch bonnet pepper, I remove it because I just wanted it for flavoring. Alright, now while the pot is getting hot, just take each of the chicken piece and remove the scallion. Because if you fry it, if you throw everything in the pot right now and fry it, the scallion is gonna burn. It's gonna cook first, and then once it's cooked and the chicken is still cooking, it's gonna start burning. So remove the chicken pieces and keep the scallion separate. Alright, so a minute there about, the pan is hot. It's dried. Add oil. Add enough oil, cooking oil. I'm using coconut oil for frying. After fry, I'm going to remove some of the oil. Alright, so just allow the oil to get hot. While I continue, alright, so once the pot or saucepan or wok is hot enough and that you can see a little smoke, just add the chicken pieces. Alright, and just, set them on the surface of the pan. Make sure every piece of its own little spot on the oil. And just allow it to fry on one side. The stove gauge is on 6, medium high. Oh, I forgot to add. What I wanted to do is add the peppercorn to the hot oil and let it fry for about 30 seconds or so before I added the chicken. But I forgot. But I'm gonna still do something. You see, you can leave the peppercorn in the meal because when you crunch on it, it will only make the meal. You just get a little spiciness with it. So it's not gonna interfere with the meal. But personally, I'm just a little bit skeptical because we here in Jamaica use a little berry called Scotch bonnet pepper. We use it for flavoring, but we don't really eat it. We just cook it in the meal, and then while we eat, we just put it aside. But I find with this peppercorn in the meal, if you made a mistake and you crunch on it, it actually is not bad. It kind of gives this spicy flavor, and then it also makes this kind of crunchiness. But it's not like you bite on a piece of pepper. It's just a little mild spiciness, a little mild spiciness. All right, so just allow the chicken pieces to fry on one side. As you see, I didn't move it. I'm not deep frying them. I'm just frying, because you don't have to deep fry chicken to fry chicken. Alright, you saw that just now? I just looked on the chicken to see if it's cooking too fast. So you see that caramel, that golden caramel, that golden caramel look? That's what you want. Alright, after 6 minutes, it stayed on one side. I didn't move it. You just use a spatula. In my case, I'm using a wooden spoon. And just kind of flip the chicken pieces on the other side. Cornstarch is making the chicken fry without absorbing the excess oil. Alright, remember the peppercorn I was telling you about? Now, I'm just going to put the peppercorn on one side just for it to flavor the oil. And just let it fry. You can leave the peppercorn, like I said, in the meal, but I find that it's best if you don't. Alright, so that's what I wanted to do before I added the chicken pieces. Just fry the oil for a little while. Like that, less than a minute. So now, after a minute, between two, I remove the peppercorn. Remember now, you can make it stay if you like the flavor of peppercorn and you don't mind crunching on a piece of peppercorn while you eat. Alright, so this is what the chicken pieces look like. You want to make sure that it's cooked properly. Chicken usually don't take that long to cook. Between 12 minutes. Well, chicken takes 12 minutes to cook. 6 minutes on one side and 6 on the other side. If you were deep frying it, probably 8 minutes. In total. Alright, so just make sure that your chicken is, just look for the pieces that are not frying and then kind of rotate it. Make sure that all the pieces are frying and cooked properly. Alright, so we're almost finished. It's been 10 minutes. Alright, now what you should do is turn the stove off to remove some of the oil, or you can use a spoon that scoops and then remove the oil. Alright, so for your chicken, we here in Jamaica like to make sure our food is cooked properly. So that's why you guys might cook chicken in 8 minutes. We might take the 10 or 12 minutes to cook chicken, because we just like our food done. We don't want it to have no rawness whatsoever. So alright, it's 12 minutes. And although I'm cooking international meal, it's still gonna have a little Caribbean flair. Alright, so it took 12 minutes. Remove 3/4 of the oil. You just want just a little bit. Just do as you saw me doing. As you saw me did. And remove most of the oil. Now turn the stove's gauge on 4, medium low. Add your diced vegetable. Add the scallion that we sauteed the chicken pieces in. Now use your wooden spoon or spatula and then stir fry. This is the part that brings the meal together. See why I'm doing that? I'm just taking the onion pieces apart. That's why I'm kind of banging on the onion. Alright, so now turn the stove up on 6, medium high. Just going to stir fry. See, I want the onions to saute some, because I personally don't like the flavor of raw onions. Half teaspoon of granulated sugar. I mean, raw onion is okay, but I prefer it sauteed a little. Alright, it's 3 minutes now since we add the vegetables. So stir fry, add the shredded chili, and then add the cucumbers in the end. Cucumbers need not cook. Alright, that's it. Finish. Turn the stove off. So there you go. Caribbean mala chicken. We're going Caribbean Asian today. You just cover it until you're ready to serve. I can smell the aroma. The aroma is awesome. I can smell the aroma. Alright, so to serve our mala chicken, take a scoop of this nice. Why I love mala chicken? Because of the vegetable. I love the vegetable in this meal. This is a very, I don't know if it's very, but it's healthy. It's very healthy. It is healthy. It's just vegetable and protein. And I used coconut oil, so it's healthy. I think if you had some sesame seed, some roasted sesame seed, you could have sprinkled it too as well in the end. Or while you stir fry. Or while you stir fry. Some mala chicken in living colors. Visit JamaicaDinners.com for the recipe. Support, subscribe, like, share, and you should try cooking this at home for yourself. Alright, this is lo mein. I'm serving it today with lo mein. So if you want to see how lo mein is made, visit JamaicaDinners.com and look for the recipe. It's there. Look guys, when you go to the website, I have two sections. There's an international section which is strictly international recipes, and I have a Jamaican section, just strictly Jamaican recipes. It's the new look. Alright, so you just take some of this nice vegetable mala chicken. This is a lovely meal. I love this meal. Alright, so it's now the time to taste this meal. Alright, the cucumber is juicy. The chili pepper makes the meal just right for spiciness. It's not hot on your palate. It's just mildly spicy. Very mild spiciness. The chicken is flavorful. To me, it has the flavor of boiled chicken, but not boring boiled chicken. Is like the ultimate flavor. It just reminds me of boiled chicken, just a little teeny bit with bursting flavor. The ginger kind of give the meal a little tanginess. The cucumber is juicy. The onions are just right. I can see why people use chili pepper to cook with. It's a nice pepper to cook with. You make your meal flavorful, mild, spicy, and delicious. soy sauce. I'm not tasting soy sauce per se. It's like the soy sauce is blended within the meal. This is A-okay. I give this thumbs up. And the peppercorn, if you crunch on a piece of peppercorn, it won't even interfere with the meal. You just continue eat. You realize that you're crunching a peppercorn, but it's not like, what's that? No, it's like you can still continue eating. And like I said, compared to Scotch bonnet pepper, chili pepper is like 10% heat or less. Alright, so that's mala chicken. You won't, you will enjoy this meal. Kudos to the original creator of mala chicken. I don't know who that person is, but I like to big up the original creator. Although I might not know who that person is, by spirit, I hope they. If I'm making a video like this, I just like to acknowledge the fact that whosoever created, whosoever put their brains and their ideas together and make this meal, thank you. It's a nice meal. I'm just borrowing it to show others how I cook it. Alright, so that's it. Enjoy. Bye.
Yeah, man!